And this guy was actually charged with the responsibility of managing as I recall, it was a $23 trillion network of companies for the government. And they were offshore companies for special ops and spy agencies and such like that. And he was charged with cashing them out, selling the assets, and returning the money to the Treasury. Am I right?
Well, that's part of it, but also in their dealings, their plan under Reagan was to go ahead and crash the ruble, which evidently they did. So their little plan worked, and he made some money off of it. And he's willing to take that money, pay the taxes on it, which, to my understanding now, is $1.7 trillion in taxes alone. And that's our money, and he's not wanting to keep the money. The rest of the money he wants to put into the United States in one aspect to help the veterans, and another aspect is for himself to build a high-speed rail across the country at no charge to us, whereas you've heard about the other bids to build high-speed rails and the big price tags on it. He wants to do it with his own money and not charge us a dime for it, as just a good American, because, he made this money. It's a strange way he made the money, but, it was legal the way he did it and the way Reagan set him up. And now he wants to pay America back. But they're holding the money from him. They even have him in jail, as I understand right now.
Oh, he's back in jail. Okay. This guy's been arrested in Switzerland. He was arrested in Switzerland and spent about 180 or so days in jail there. Then he was released to U.S. Marshals or some services, brought to the States and put in jail for a couple of months. A court ordered the federal government to issue a check to him for his share of the money, which is $4.5 trillion. And then I kind of got lost in the text of it. It looked like the check was drawn and deposited in a bank of China, but then it disappeared. But I read somewhere else that somebody above the federal judge, actually above the president, Obama had authorized the check to be drawn, and somebody above Obama, that's the word that's hard to say, somebody in the government above Obama blocked the check from being written.
Well, that's exactly what I read, and if I could find my paper that I have put away somewhere now, the Sheldon Sonstead, the South Dakota congressman, he claims to be the person that is in control of all this. And he's also the man that has threatened Lee Wanta with a hitman if he does not pay him $5 billion in bribe money. He wanted 30, then he dropped it down to 10, and now it's down to $5 billion in bribe money, or payoff for his defense, I guess, of Lee Wanta. And getting also his check, to be written to him. But they seem to be holding it up until they get their blood money.
$4.5 trillion. My word.
That's more than George Soros, Steve. That's going to make this guy like the richest man in the world.
That's like more than you and I have together, isn't it? Good Lord. But again, the money is legal, and it was ordered to be paid to him. It was all part of his. I think he had a hand in some of these companies set up an operation, but as I understand it, most of that money was more or less a commission for cashing the entire $27 trillion out.
Right,
and managing that process. You pay enough of a commission, nobody's going to kind of shortchange and steal from you. So,
and then he made over $4 trillion while he was also breaking the ruble. And he made it legally. Oh, and the third thing that he wanted to do was to buy Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and get us out of this housing market debacle, all on his dime. He seems to be a true patriot. He wants to help the country. And his ideas, as I've read and had them explained to me, are all very sound ideas, to build a high-speed rail, no charge to us, to help us with the housing market, no charge to us. I mean, the guy seems to be a patriot.
Yep. And the article I read was written by a woman. It was written the article was written in the first person. She had written a novel called When the Swan's Neck Breaks.
Yes.
Her name is Marilyn M. Barnwell. And what she did is she knew about what was happening at the federal government with the Fed and how money was being moved around and we were being cheated, the whole process. Rather than burdening and making a nonfiction book that would bore all of us, she wrote it into a mystery novel. And it made it very readable with the intent that by the time we finished the mystery, we'd be sitting back saying, dang, that's kind of like what's happening in America. Well, it wasn't until she accidentally came across this guy's name in an email that she started looking into it, finding out who it is. She's got gigabytes full of data and copies of his passports, and she knows him as well as anybody could know somebody. She'd never met the guy, but she said the book that she wrote was almost prophetic.
Yes.
And she had put forth a number of claims, like 27 claims of things that will happen in the future. And what this guy told her, about 23 or 25 of those had already been done. Folks, we got some more bills to pay, so please stick with us. We got a whole lot more coming up the next half hour, and we hope you'll be here with us.
Tom O'Halloran, holding the line against tyranny from Washington, D.C.
I am America. One voice, united we stand. I am America. One hope to heal our land. There is still work that must be done. I will not rest until we won. I am America.
Welcome back. This is the Wednesday night edition of Patriot Radio. I am your host, Tom O'Halloran. Please be sure to catch all of our shows on Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday, all at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And on Friday, we do Jihad on America, a show on the Islamists in America. And we talk about what's being done in the name of Islam around the world. We're being joined tonight by a good friend of mine, fellow patriot, and brother, Bill Perryman. Please follow Bill online. He's on Twitter at Bill Perryman, Periman. Bill, you still with me, brother?
Oh, yeah, right here.
You better be after that intro. Okay, I got some weird stuff here tonight. This is just, every once in a while, we just got to do this segment. If you go to my primary blog, TomO'Halloran.com, look at the very top. I've got a whole row, actually I think it's a double row right now, of websites. There are 15 other websites that we run. They're all single-purpose websites. There's one on Hillary Clinton. There's one on the mysterious dead bankers. There's one on voter fraud, one on gun control. The one we're going to talk about tonight is Al-Qaeda. It's like Al-Qaeda, terrorists. It's ALGAYDA.com. Now, don't get all upset. It's not an anti-gay website at all. And I even state there in the very top post, I've got friends, I've got family, I've been to pride parades for decades. This is not an anti-gay website. The website is anti-gay activist because there's I've got to get this number right because Ronnie is always working to keep me honest. I believe the number is now 1.8% of the American population identifies themselves as being gay. 1.8% of the population. So why do we have gender-neutral bathrooms being installed in school? Why are kindergartners learning that it's okay to feel like you don't want to go to school as a boy today? Why is this gay agenda being shoved down our throat? Why is it that if you come out pro-marriage, as in a man and a woman, you can be forced out of your job or being forced to go to indoctrination, retraining classes if you have a job in a corporate structure? It's out of control, and it's the homo-fascists in the LGBT activist community that's making this happen. And we're going to get to that in just a second. That's going to be the bulk of this segment. But Bill, I got a story here that came across my word. I talked about this guy a while back. This Judge Richard Posner, he was actually appointed by Reagan, I think.
I think you're right.
Last article I did on this guy, he was saying that the only reason incest is against the law is because it made people uptight and because it caused disease and medical malformations if brother and sister got each other pregnant. But now that we have birth control, now that we have condoms, there's no real reason to have incest laws. So we've got a federal judge sitting on the bench saying that it really should be okay for brother to sleep and have sex with his sister or mother with her son. Well, now this jackwagon, if that doesn't get cut out, he's actually coming forth and saying that rape, yes, rape, R-A-P-E, rape should be licensed. Some men just feel the need to have that power over a woman. And his rights to fulfill that need should be considered as much as a woman's right not to be raped. So he's talking about a process where you can buy a license to rape. Why isn't this guy in a nut house somewhere?
Good question.
It's unfathomable. The incest thing, I thought, okay, the guy's out there in La La Land. But actually even verbalizing for any point, even for a college discussion, licensing rape because a guy's need to rape is as important as a woman's right not to be raped.
It's destruction of our morals, and that's their goal. They, any moral,
absolutely.
Moral
It's the communist agenda. Tear down the family unit. Tear down a moral structure.
Yes.
Oh, Lordy. Okay, so the LGBT movement is organizing Gay History Month in schools across America. Not just having a Gay History Day or even just having a Gay Students Month, which I think has been there for a few years. But now they're teaching classes on gay history. It's all a process of indoctrinating our children at a very, very young age to get it to become ingrained in their minds. Like you turn the TV on, and good luck finding a TV show in an evening that doesn't have two parents or a lesbian sister, two dads, two moms. And it's insane, but it's trying to normalize the immoral.
2% of the population, less than 2% of the population.
Yeah, I believe Veronica said it was 1.5 or 1.8% last time. Hey, Bill, we've got a caller on the line. Let's see what's cooking.
All right.
Hi, this is Tom. Who am I talking with?
Oh, howdy. Yeah, I'm David. I'm up in San Francisco, listening online.
Hey, David. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, not too bad. I heard you talking about this, and I'm particularly I get real bugged by, these